Okay, today is January 31st, Friday, last day of January, and today I want to talk about what I've learned over the past year of making YouTube videos. I think it was 3 days ago was kind of like my anniversary of like the first time that my first upload. And I was just kind of looking back on that first upload and just thinking about how terrible it was and how much my videos have improved now. And I just want to talk about generally like some general learnings that I've had from starting this YouTube channel, from having this YouTube channel for a year. I don't know, hopefully it'll give you some encouragement if you want to do something similar, or even if you don't want to do something similar. So that's what I want to talk about today. So the main kind of learning, this is very obvious and very like basic information, but when I think back on just the past year, like what I've been doing with this channel, making videos every day for 100 days straight, and now this is I think my 96th video in a row of posting every day, as well as just the few videos that I had before that that were definitely not as good. But as I think back on those, the main learning that I think of is that when I was thinking of starting this channel, I was thinking I'm gonna wait until I turn 16. And I'm 16 right now. I turned 16 like, I guess it was a week ago, around more than a week ago. And so I was waiting for a whole year. But then I decided, you know what, let's just start it now, last year in January. And it made me realize, like, if I had waited and I had just started my channel, like, the amount of progress I would have lost out on would be insane. Because right now I have, 1,600 subscribers, more than, like, 200 videos, 200 uploads total. I've been posting every day, have this What I Learned Today series. I started a Patreon, right? Like, so much has happened. Like, I've been able to grow this channel so much over just 1 year. And I think there's a stat where like only a certain amount of people actually get to 1,000 subscribers, and I was able to do that in even less than a year. So the main kind of, when I think back on that, the main thing that I'm thinking of is like, just start now, right? Don't wait until next year. Don't wait until next week. Don't wait until next month. Just start it now, because it doesn't have to be good right now. I think really the biggest thing that got me to where I am right now, like at 1,600 subscribers, like 200 uploads, the main thing that's gotten me here is just consistency, right? I've determined, like, I've made it a point to post every single day, right? And that has just, that consistency, even if I'm not improving every single video, I'm still creating every single day, and that's gotten me so far. So if you want to start a YouTube channel, if you just have some project that you have been like, I'll start next year, I'll start next month, I'll start whenever, just start now. There's this whole like fresh start thing, like starting on a Monday, or starting like the new year effect, right? But there's really just no point in doing that. It does nothing for you except delay progress, and you're losing out on potential progress. So the main thing that I've learned definitely over the past year is to just, if you have something that you want to do, then just start now, right? It doesn't have to be good, but it has to be there, right? It can be bad, but it doesn't, like, at least have it there, right? Like, my first video was really bad, but it was still there. Like, at least I had a video out, right? So it doesn't have to be good, but it has to be there, right? You have to be, if you want to start a YouTube channel, if you want to have this thing that you're working on, just start working on it. Start creating, start giving yourself like daily deliverables, right? My daily deliverable is a video every single day, but for you, maybe it's a video every week, and you're just working on that video each week. Or if it's something completely different, like not even a YouTube channel, it could be something else, right? But just giving yourself a daily deliverable, working on it every single day. And it doesn't have to be so serious. Like, I think I've been, because of the content that I consume, I've been almost conditioned to think that, like, the traditional route is terrible and you're gonna hate it, so you might as well just start a YouTube channel and be a full-time creator and like that kind of thing. And that was one of the main motivations behind that. I think I've almost been conditioned to be like, you need to have a YouTube channel. But then once I actually started doing it, and once I started doing these What I Learned Today videos, which I think is a great format for me personally, because I'm just sharing, I love to talk about what I'm learning. I love learning, and I love just talking about these kinds of things. And just, I started to take it less seriously. Like, I don't need to be a full-time creator, right? I don't need 100,000 subscribers. I'm just really just having a why, right? Having a why, for me, it was really important. So my why is that I'm doing this because I want to talk about these things, right? Talk about just trying to get better every single day, get better at life every single day, and just talking about what I learned that day, to share that so that I can help others, right? Ultimately, I'm trying to help other people by sharing this information. And the comments that I get that's like, this video was really helpful, and they like explain it all, like those are so encouraging. And I'd rather have that than have a fake community with 100,000 subscribers, right? So just for me, having a why was really important. Not a why that was externally, like not an external motivation like money or subscribers or something like that, but an internal, like I'm doing this because first of all, it's fulfilling, and I'm helping other people, and I'm able to talk about the things that I usually don't get to talk about but are really interesting to me. And it's just like a creative project, right? I think we should all have creative projects. So all that being said, don't take it so seriously. If you're starting a YouTube channel, if you have some project, don't take it so seriously. It's not that deep. If once the time comes, maybe you do want to get more serious with it, but I think if you're starting out, you don't have to think about it like a business. You don't have to think about it like this huge thing. Just have fun with it, right? Have like, why did you want to do this thing in the first place? It's probably because like you wanted to have some creative thing and just have fun and do what you want to do, right? So just keep that. Have fun with it. Experiment. It doesn't have to be so serious. And then you can, as you progress and as you maybe get better and as you maybe figure out that, oh, I actually want to do this thing more, then you can start to slowly make it a little more serious, right? So start now, right? It doesn't have to be good, but it has to be there, right? Just start now. Don't take it so seriously. Just have fun with it, right? Go back to your why. Like, why did you actually want to start doing this? I guess a sub point, be consistent, right? Consistency has gotten me to where I am now. What else did I learn from a year of posting YouTube videos? I guess I kind of said this earlier. I just think it's very important to have a creative project that you're working on, or not even creative, just a project that you're working on that is not with your work or school. That's not like a responsibility. It's just a fun thing that you like to do. Basically just like a hobby. For you, maybe that's like, my sister has a newsletter, right? And because she likes writing, and like that's her creative outlet right now. She also has a YouTube channel. I'll link it in the description if you want to see that. She New York City vlogs from her. But just having a creative project, having like, before this, I was really into coding and like programming and game design and all that stuff, and I'm still into it, but having something where it's just something fun that you are, when you're not doing, you're thinking about it, and you're thinking like, how can I fix this problem? How can I do this? What will my next video be about? Like that kind of thing. Having that kind of project that's not attached to your responsibilities, right? My YouTube channel being completely separated from my school has just made it so much more chill and so much more fun to do, because it's like, it's not a burden. It's just, I'm just doing it because it's fun and because I want to help people and like all those things I was talking about earlier, right? So just having a creative project I think is very important, to just have something that you can go to like once you're done with your responsibilities, and maybe to just fill your time instead of just wasting time and scrolling or whatever. Having some kind of creative project, I think, is really important for a lot of people to have. So I guess that's my third thing, I guess, having a creative project. What else did I learn after a year of posting videos? It's actually crazy. It's been a year. Like I said before, I was thinking like, when I started the channel, I was actually thinking of starting it this year. but after a year, there's just been so much progress. It's actually really cool to see that. Like a year, it's short, but it's also longer than you think. If you make progress daily, then you will get very far, right? Even if it's not like, I know that like 1% better every day is a common thing that people think about, and I think it is very important to just try to be improving, like try to make today better than yesterday. But I also think that I would like consistency trumps everything. Like I said, consistency has gotten me to where I am today just because I've been posting every single day, and I attribute pretty much all of my success, like where I'm at right now, I attribute pretty much all of that to just my consistency. So I feel like if you were to take away one thing from this video, then it would just definitely be that consistency is everything. And that's such basic information, but I guess I really want to emphasize that consistency is everything. Actually, a quote or an idea that I heard today was that consistency requires adaptability. And I think that's one reason why consistency is so helpful, because it allows you to be adaptable within what you're doing and still make progress or still work on your thing. So if you're really tired, then maybe just do it for 5 minutes, right? Figure out what's the easy version. Or, if you have more energy, then do it for 2 hours and like try to figure out what more you can do, right? That's just an extra thing that I thought was interesting. Consistency requires adaptability. And then another thing that I learned is that through the way that I'm formatting these videos, like I'm sharing what I learned today every single day. And I think that's just shown me how important it is to just yap. It doesn't have to be a video, right? Journaling, I think, is super helpful. Just having some kind of outlet where you can just share your thoughts. Kind of like judgment-free zone kind of thing, right? You can just share your genuine thoughts without anyone else's opinions encroaching on yours, and just sharing what your thoughts are, right? And trying to figure out, like, is it right? Is it wrong? How can I use this to help me, right? Those are the kinds of things that I'm thinking about as I'm talking about the things that I'm talking about in these videos, right? I'm constantly thinking like, maybe I'm wrong about this certain idea, but I thought it was interesting. I'm trying to think more about it. Or like, if it is right, like how can I apply this to my life to get better at life every single day, right? So that's another thing that I've learned from making these What I Learned Today videos every single day, is that it's important to have some kind of outlet where you can just talk about or write down or just share, even if you're not going to show it to anybody, right? Just journaling, voice memos, right? Having some kind of outlet where you can just share freely what is going on in your brain, because your brain is not meant to hold things, it's meant to process things, right? So you need to have an outlet for the information in here. You can't just hold it all in here. And oftentimes you need to output what's in your brain in order to process them, right? So I just think it's important to have something like that. So like a journal, or just sharing on video, or having a voice memo, talking to people that you trust, that kind of thing, I think is very important. Kind of to go along with that, one thing that I've tried to keep throughout all of these videos is just staying me, and not changing my persona based just because I'm like posting it on YouTube, right? Just because the whole point of this channel is to just be authentic and real and just spit facts that are helpful to people, and just encourage more thought, right? Food for thought kind of things, that are food for thought that's actually helpful, right? That's kind of what I'm trying to do, and I just want to be as authentic as possible. And I think just staying me and not letting the fact that I'm posting these videos on YouTube change who I am, right? Because all those people that are like actually change who they are, change their outward appearance just because they're posting it on the internet, right? So I think that just staying true to who you are, kind of like what I was just saying, just sharing your thoughts, right? Sharing what your opinions and that kind of thing, just staying true to who you are, is another thing that I've learned from posting videos for a whole year now. And then the last thing that I can think of right now as I think about what I've learned is that a lot of times, because I'm posting every single day, it can be hard to get a video out. So I kind of just scramble something up, talk about something for like 3 minutes and then just get it out there. And a lot of times it can just feel like I'm going through the motions. And like I said, consistency trumps everything. So I'd rather have that than not post a video at all. But I think staying intentional with your work, this is something that I'm continually learning. Staying intentional with my work and trying to stay like not just going through the motions, right? Just staying intentional. Like, what am I actually trying to say here? How is this actually helpful? Is it actually right? Can I explain my thoughts in a better way? Why is it like this? Yeah, just being more intentional with the words I say. I guess that's a major thing. Not only being intentional with my processing before I say them, but also just being intentional with how I'm speaking, right? Before, like in my first few What I Learned Today videos, I'm talking really, like my speech is just very slow and like almost incoherent. And I can definitely talk like that sometimes, especially when I get very excited about something and I kind of just ramble and you don't really know what I'm talking about. But as I've started to post more videos, like my sister was even telling me like, you're a very articulate speaker. And I definitely do not feel that way. It does not feel like I'm speaking articulately in these videos. It feels like I'm just rambling and I say and I say like a lot, and it's very frustrating to me, especially when I'm editing these videos. But from the outside looking in, my sister's like, oh, you're actually a very articulate speaker. And that's something that I think that's a skill that I've gotten better at as I have posted every single day. Just getting better at talking on camera, especially. Just getting better with my confidence with what I'm saying, but also just talking in general, just having better communication skills. I think, although my communication skills are still pretty bad, they've definitely improved because of the videos that I've been posting every single day, just talking every single day about what's in here and trying to put it out there in a way that actually makes sense, in a way that's actually helpful. That skill has definitely leveled up for me through posting these videos. And the last thing that I want to say is that a lot of times I feel bad for repeating things. I feel bad for making videos about the same topics. But one thing I've learned about that is that that's actually, I feel like that's a good thing, because it really shows me how important that thing is. So I think I've made a bunch of videos about consistency, right? I've made a bunch of videos about how knowledge should lead to action and your action should be defined by the knowledge, right? I've made a bunch of videos on similar topics, right? And I feel bad about that because I want to make my videos like different, and I don't want to make my videos just sound like all the other videos. But it's good. Like, if something is repeated and if something is just repeated information is important. Yeah, repeated information should be a part of your life, because if it's repeated that much, then it has some importance and it has some emphasis on it, and you need to take that into account. You need to realize, like, oh, I've heard that thing a lot, that must be important. Like, that's honestly why I started working out, because I just kept on hearing in like videos and like from people that I aspire to be like, they were all mentioning how working out has like changed their life. And I was like, wow, I should probably start working out. And then I did, right? And it definitely has changed my life. Maybe I should make a video about that. How working out has changed my life. But what was I saying? Repeated things are very important. If there's something that you've just been realizing a lot, like you keep hearing it around, you keep seeing it everywhere, then it's probably important. A couple more things that I just thought of. One thing I want to say is that if you're watching my videos, like I said, I'm kind of just blurting out what's going on in my brain, and I'm not, like, obviously it's not always right, and I think a lot of times I am wrong and I don't really realize it until like maybe I rewatch the video sometime later, right? And I just want to say that, like, every day I'm sharing what I learned that day, and for that day it was helpful, but sometimes the concepts that I'm pulling are not always correct. I just want to say, like, I know you probably already know this, but I'm just like a random 16-year-old who's kind of just yapping, and I think that a lot of times what I'm saying is wrong. So I just think that a lot of people will take what people say, especially on the internet, right? That's number one rule. Don't believe everything you see on the internet or whatever. But I think a lot of people will take what other people say as truth a lot. And I just want to say that, like, this is a learning space. My channel is here for constant learning. That means that I will say things that are wrong. And I just think that if you're watching this video, like, understand that I'm going to get things wrong and I'm not going to realize it. So first of all, I'd love it if you point it out to me, right? Like, say, like, I'm not, like, if you don't agree with something, then definitely let me know in the comments below. But also just understand, like, I'm not like some fountain of wisdom, right? I'm literally just sharing what I learned and trying to, like, we're all learning together. We're all, like, on the same level. And most of you are probably higher than me in terms of knowledge. And I'm just trying to share what I learned today so we can all get better at life every single day. So that's one thing I want to say. Another thing that I want to say is that throughout, especially the past year, I've really gotten more, I guess the word is serious, but I don't want to use that word. I've just gotten more intentional, I guess, with my relationship with Christ, and especially over 2024. And that's also one thing that I've learned over this past year through making these videos and just trying to look at what I'm talking about with these, like, self-improvement and productivity ideas, trying to look at those ideas from a Christianity perspective, because I don't think a lot of people do that, and has been really beneficial for me to just not only think about what I'm saying and make sure that what I'm saying aligns with God's word, but also just looking at productivity and looking at self-improvement from a different perspective, from a Christianity perspective. It's just been something so cool and interesting that I've been learning more and more about as I make more of these videos and as I get more intentional and more serious with my relationship with Christ. So that's another thing that I've learned over this past year. But yeah, this video was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, but hopefully you learned something. Hopefully if this has encouraged you, hopefully this has been helpful for you. If it was, then I'd love a like and a comment. Yeah, tell me why I'm right, tell me why I'm wrong. Let me know your thoughts. Last thing I would say is that, you know, I've been posting every single day over the past 97 days, right, about what I learned today. And I think if you were to take away, I'm not sure if this would be the thing, but, like, if you were to take away something from this video, then maybe that something is that what did you learn today, right? Try to figure out, like, what did you learn today, or what have you learned over the past few days, and, like, what through your experiences, what keeps popping up, right? And figure out how can you use that information to better yourself for the future, right? And actually, I have a Patreon, and there's a community chat in it, completely free, and where you guys can share what you learned today. So it's kind of the same kind of idea, right? We're all just sharing what we learned today, trying to get better at life together, right? So if you want to share what you learned today, then definitely join my Patreon. There's a free and a paid version, but that's chill. Yeah. Thank you for watching. I know this was a longer one, but I was kind of just off the dome trying to think about what I've learned over the past year of making YouTube videos, and I don't know, it's been fun. I'm definitely excited to see, like, what the next year will be. Like Ali Abdaal says, like, if you're gonna start a YouTube channel and you're unsure about it, just do it for 2 years and then reevaluate. And I'm halfway there, right? Another year and I guess I'll reevaluate and see where I'm at, but I'm hoping that, you know, the growth is steady, and I'm hoping that the community is, like, wholesome, and I have a good following, like a good community of people who actually want to get better at life and are willing to learn. Yeah, I'm just excited. Continually making these what I learned today videos every single day. I am going to take a break at some point because I'm closing in on 200. So that would be another 100 days in a row, but I'll talk about that when we get there. Yeah, like I said, thank you so much for watching. I'm posting every single day, talking about what I learned that day, how I'm trying to apply it to my life, and how you guys can apply it to yours. So if you want to see those kinds of videos, then definitely subscribe. This video is specifically recommended for you, so if you find that interesting, definitely click on it. You can subscribe in that corner, and if you subscribe. I will see you in tomorrow's video.